and we'll call it at 5:18, okay? I'd rather make it 5:20, okay.
Welcome to Twilight Showcase Radio, hosted by singer-songwriters Sandy Stride and Keith James from Another Midlife Crisis, featuring dynamic New England and national songwriters, engaging performances, and moving backstage interviews.
And this is Sandy Stride. Thank you so much for joining us this day and this evening on Twilight Showcase. And we are so happy to have John Olivere as our featured guest tonight. And I believe you can see John McCarthy as our featured Zoom audience. So we're going to start it with John, of course. John, this is going to be tough because everybody involved is named John.
Yep.
So John O is a bold singer-songwriter, and he's an author, and he's a Purple Heart Vietnam vet. And there's this line, I gotta say it, John, from your first song: "The fates and the gods will tire of knocking me down before I'll ever stop picking myself off the ground."
Gotta get up, face the morning. A brand new day's dawning. Gotta rise up from the ashes as the thunder and the lightning crashes. The rain can't last all day, for the wind blows clouds away. Look up with a hopeful eye, see that rainbow in the sky. The fates and the gods will tire of knocking me down before I'll ever stop picking myself off the ground. Yesterday things are pretty tough, and you thought you'd had enough. But just look around you, see what others are going through. We all carry heavy loads as you walk that winding road. Where it is, no one really knows. Gotta roll with the blow. The fates and the gods will tire of knocking me down before I'll ever stop picking myself off the ground. Mystery, and you need a philosophy. Here's one that's been good to me. You can have for free as you walk that winding road, and you lift your heavy load. Hope for a better day. Here's what to say: the fates and the gods will tire of knocking me down before I'll ever stop picking myself off myself off the ground.
Oh, yeah. Woo! Hey, Zoom audience in Yonkers, you can applaud too, you know. You're allowed to.
Very good, thank God. John, hello. Hi,
How
everyone.
you doing, John?
Good, yourself?
And,
Good,
and
good.
John Olivere, if you want to lean for a second, just so you can.
Good to see you again.
Okay.
Good to
And hear
see
you.
I am so glad that I'm bringing you two together, and as the evening goes on, people will see that you do have things in common as well.
Sure.
What a great, perfect way to start off this show. Got to get up because we all need to hear that, and you're setting a good example for us, John O. and John M. So,
Thank you.
and before I
An
forget
honor
it,
to be with all of you.
well,
Thank you.
all right, so let's see. There's John McCarthy is in Yonkers, New York, and he'll be helping out tonight, and we are delighted that he was able to join us. And before we forget, we want to give a huge thank you to your helper that just stopped by, Linda, who helped to get you on the camera, and we thank you for that. Thank her. So, and if she does decide to stop by later, we will be delighted to see her, but we will make sure that we help you help her to be able to watch the show that she helped get on the air. We're very grateful.
Thank you.
So, as we mentioned, John Olivere is our guest tonight. It's been a while since we've had you in studio, John. We're so
Yes, I missed you
thrilled
guys
that you're
very
back.
much.
We've missed you too.
Same here.
And as we mentioned, John is just so many talents. John has bold singer songwriter. He's an author, a historian, a teacher, and Purple Heart Vietnam vet. And he is the author of a compelling book. We regret to inform you. There's also an audio CD available for that, and we can remind people later. John is going to sing several of his original songs from a CD over time, and then maybe throwing in a couple of other things as well. And gripping memories of John's time serving in Vietnam, right? Mm-hmm. By the way, we'll mention this afterwards. So now we're also going to include Stephen Martin's moving cover of one of your songs, John, Another
Yes,
Soldier.
Excellent job,
That is-
Stephen did an excellent job on that.
And we're going to use that song not just only for how you wrote it originally, but I think the last time we saw that there was a bigger picture in that song, almost prophetic, some of your lines,
Yes.
for things that are going on now as well.
Yes.
So for our Who Cares segment, I'm also got to include, just like you got to get up, we got to include Jerry Perry's poignant original Battlefield. Just a fine, it's a song that makes you feel almost what John was feeling back then. It's really powerful. Let me see if I can switch cameras here and get to Keith James up there. There we are. And hey, Keith, how are you doing tonight?
Very well, thank you.
Good. This is cool, huh, John? You get John McCarthy. You're getting to see everybody.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Hi.
And so, Keith, what are you going to play tonight?
I'm going to play a song called On the Wall that I wrote, and for a friend of mine who lost his life in Vietnam. And also, I'm going to be doing one of John's songs called Angelle.
And that would be John Olivere.
John Olivere,
Yeah.
yes.
Does an excellent job.
Angelle, I'll be waiting.
Yeah, thank you.
Keith does a cover of that is jaw-dropping, in my opinion. It's just the first time I heard it, and the second time I heard it, and the third time. It never.
He does an excellent job on that.
It never surprises me. I mean, it totally surprises me, even though I know it's there. We also will have a McKenney's moment because our production engineer over at WATD, Tim McKenney, we're going to play one of fan favorite songs that he did on one of the other shows that I happen to love, The Gambler. So we're going to play that tonight as well. And as we mentioned, John McCarthy is live from Yonkers, New York. Now, here's how it works. Right now, we are live on YouTube. more like 5:15 to 7:15, but we had a little bit of a late start, but boy, we're going
Cooking now.
cooking. We're cooking now. And then, this is Thursday, and then you might be listening on Sunday, because on Sunday, we're going to send the audio from this show right over to Tim McKenney, from Tim McKenney's Moment. And we're going to play, it will be aired on WATD in our regular WATD slot, which is 8 to 10 p.m. on WATD. So it's a very cool thing that you can do it here, John, and you can still hear yourself on the radio.
Yes, I can
as it's
listen to myself
happening
on the radio.
Sunday.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. Now, if you're listening on the radio and you want to check out our page, and because of course, in addition to watching YouTube Live, which some of you are doing right now, if you want to watch it anytime, you can go to my page. And if you're on YouTube, it's Sandy Stride 225. But it's much easier. Don't even go to YouTube's page. Use the shortcut to get to my page on YouTube. So that means where you put the www stuff up on the top of your screen there. You put in www.sandyandkeith.com. That's SANDYANDKEITH.com. And that is very easy to remember, that shortcut. But if you should forget who comes first, as we often do, Keith, what can they do if they forget?
They can put down keithandsandy.com.
Same spelling. Yep. And so basically, you could watch this show at 3 in the morning when you're up, John.
Yeah.
Right? John's up late. You could watch
Three
it.
in the
at
morning is
noon.
when I start to go to
You,
sleep.
you can tell your friends about it. You can tell your family about it. And we will still put publicity on Facebook to show you the links to get there. And of course, you can go to the poster on Facebook right now or anytime, and you will see links to all different things. So we'll try to keep reminding people that we are talking to you live from YouTube, but also we are talking to you Sunday night on WATD. And if you're not totally confused, then keep on going with us. So now remember that if you are watching it on YouTube now or anytime, there'll also be a few bonus tracks at the end of the 2 hours. We'll show off a couple more of your songs, John, okay? We
Great.
might throw in one of ours as well.
Good.
All right. So let's see. We are going to get right into, I think here's what I wanted to mention, because I didn't put it down on the poster, but I think it would be a grand idea to do what we did last year. We love having you on the show anytime, John, and we're not just going to talk about veteran stuff. We're going to talk about other things too and play songs. You have some beautiful love songs we'll play too.
I like
right?
hanging around here.
Yeah, exactly. But, let me get you back on the screen. Yes, it's okay to remind me, folks, that we need to get him back on the screen.
He is the star tonight.
As you can imagine, we just need a few more helpers around here. So if you're interested in volunteering, give us a call. Hey, you can give us a call anyway in our studio during the week anytime. Just call us at
508-224-5673.
And yes, that number is all over Facebook and the poster. So here's the thing. This is not Memorial Day today, Thursday. And Sunday won't be Memorial Day either. But when Memorial Day does come, we want to have a Sunday show that, day before Memorial Day, right? But we're not going to be live. We're going to do an encore. And guess whose encore we're going to do?
I don't know.
This show is going to be re-aired on Memorial Day as
Excellent.
well
Excellent.
on WATD, because it will be perfect for both. And
Excellent.
we just love having you. And all right, so we'll talk a little about I wish we could tell all the stories about Vietnam that you've told us over the years, but we'll try to pinpoint a few today to
Couple,
make sure we
sure.
get a lot of music in. So could you tell us a little about Hit the Ground Running? Because there's a couple of lines in there like, Father, I'm sorry. Explain that to people and tell
the
us a
line
little
was-
about that song, and then we'll play it.
The line is, Father, I'm sorry for leaving home. The fear that I'm feeling is like I've never known.
Yeah.
And my father's lost his brother in World War II, who was a door gunner on a B-17 bomber who never came home. And it had obviously a tragic effect on my father. And he was very worried when I went to Vietnam. He didn't want something to happen to his son, one of his sons.
And your mom also was working for peace and all that, which...
My mother was involved in the peace movement while I was in Vietnam. When I came home, I would go to the peace rallies with her.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, and this story is also introduces us to someone
David Fielding.
fine person.
Hit
Tell
the ground
people
running.
who he was. Yeah,
Yes,
hit the ground running. Go ahead and tell us.
Well,
a little
David Fielding was my first platoon leader in Vietnam in 1968. He was bilingual. He was from Santa Barbara, California, but he spoke fluent Spanish. And the group of about 1/3 of our troops were Spanish-speaking, Mexican Americans and Puerto Ricans. And if they wanted to gossip about anybody, they'd use the Spanish language.
Couldn't get away with it, huh?
It wasn't long before they realized that David Fielding was bilingual, and he picked it up, so
And
they
is he-
stopped gossiping.
Is he the one that told you hit the ground running?
Oh yeah, hit the
Explain
ground
what
running.
that means.
Is obviously when you hear sounds of fire, when you jump out of a helicopter, which we used all the time in Vietnam.
Yeah.
I questioned him. I said, on our first helicopter drop, I said, what do we do? He says, hit the ground running. So when you get to the ground, jumped out of the helicopter in the ground, you started going.
All right, we'll catch you on the other side, John.
Hit the ground running, I heard the sergeant say. Hit the ground running, you might make it through this day. The orders have come down, there's nothing you can do. But hit the ground running, hope you make it through. Hit the ground running, I heard the sergeant say. Hit the ground running, you might make it through this day. The orders have come down for men who just don't know. So when you hit that ground, you better get up and go. Oh, Father, I'm sorry for leaving home. The fear that I am feeling is like I've never known. Hit the ground running, I heard the sergeant say. Hit the ground running, you might make it through this day. The orders have come down, there's no turning back. So when you hit that ground, you better make some tracks. Oh, Father, I'm sorry if I made you cry. I know you said that war was just another lie. Ground running like the wind, running from the madness, running from my sins. And when I finally stopped and I turned around, the sergeant who had saved us lay still upon that ground. Oh, David, I'm sorry for leaving you behind. Though many years have passed, you're always on my mind. Hit the ground running, I heard the sergeant say. Hit the ground running, you might make it through this day. The orders have come down, there's nothing you can do but hit the ground running, hope you make it through. Hope you make it through. I hope you make it through.
Wow.
Very good, very good.
So,
Good song, John.
so David, speaking of Memorial Day,
Yeah, David was such a good leader. He was promoted from squad leader of our 12-man group to platoon leader, and not long after that, he was killed by a sniper. I have to say one more thing about David Fielding.
sure.
He, every time we moved into a village, a strategy basically was walk from village to village, hoping to find the enemy. And every time we go to a village, a new village, he would walk, inevitably within a few minutes, be inside a straw hut, the hooches, with a Vietnamese family eating with them. He did that, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 times.
Say that word again, the hooches? Tell me
The
what.
hooches are the straw huts that most of the
Okay,
Vietnamese.
that's what they're called. Okay.
And,
So he got to
it was soon as we
know.
got to a village, within 10 minutes, we knew that he'd be disappearing. We had to just go in to find a hooch, and there he would be and sit with the family, and they would feed him.
Wow.
And he also helped the people of the
Oh, yeah,
village.
he was his mother and father sent him clothes,
Wow.
and he would give it to the Vietnamese peasants. In each village he came to, every few days he would get packages from home full of clothing, and he would give it to the Vietnamese people.
And if you do get a chance to look at the poster that we on Facebook that we posted to promote this show, you'll see a picture of John with many of the Vietnamese children. And
I picked that habit up from David.
yeah,
Get a picture taken with a lot of Vietnamese kids.
it sounds like he was a very compassionate, caring person.
David kind of helped me as far as treating the Vietnamese people. I had no animosity whatsoever when I went over to the Vietnamese people, the kids. And as soon as we get into a village, he would have kids like surrounding him, and he would give clothes out. Then he would, like I said, he would go into one of the hooches with some family, and they'd feed him.
And I always love when you tell that story because unfortunately, not everybody was like that. And to hear the stories of that, there were many people who.
Yes,
there-
some soldiers are not many in our unit because
Yeah,
of
yeah.
David and Jesse, who were very kind to the Vietnamese people.
Yeah,
They followed their lead, so there was very few incidents of harassing the Vietnamese peasants.
Yeah, yeah. John McCarthy, after the next song, I'm going to ask you about your brother, because speaking of Memorial Day, right?
Thank you.
We'll talk a little bit about that. And we will get to that story about your brother, the Danny story, and which ties in with your grandfather as well. I mean, your uncle. So I'm going to, let's see. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So, Battlefield was written by Jerry Perry, and it's just, I don't even think he served. That's what's so amazing. He has such a pure experience that he portrays in this song. So, Battlefield, Jerry Perry.
Lying over here on this battlefield, trying to stay away from the bombs. You gotta keep your senses peeled. You know you gotta be strong if you wanna go home. A lot of guys losing their innocence. A lot of guys losing their arms. You kill a man in self-defense, but you know
Very Perry Battlefield. Wow. John McCarthy, can you tell us a little about your brother, including his name? Go ahead.
Yes. Yes. Well, okay, you can't see the picture.
If you tilt it a little, we probably can.
Yes.
Just tilt it. Yeah, there you go. Now, yeah, just face the camera a little more. That's it. Hold it still. Yeah. Next time we do this, I'm going to get some pictures up on the screen, but that's still good. Go ahead and tell us about, what was his first name?
Brian F. McCarthy. And
Got to get you back on camera now.
yeah,
Okay.
sorry, everybody.
That's all right.
Well,
It's okay.
his name was Brian F. McCarthy, and he was 23 years old when he died in Vietnam. He was a radio man with the long antenna, so I guess that was a giveaway to the enemy.
Yeah.
And he figured he would join because they would get him sooner or later. So he joined, and he landed in Vietnam on July 4th, and he was killed March 15th,
Oh, wow.
the following year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe that John, you were
What year
from
was
El-
that, John?
Go ahead, sorry.
1969.
Okay, that was the year after. I was there, 68.
Yeah.
He's a radio man. The radio man usually followed the first lieutenant who was commanding the platoon, and they were both prime targets for the enemy.
Sure.
It was dangerous.
Very
job.
important positions. Yeah.
Go
ahead.
Yes. I'm trying to figure out, yes, it was 1968.
It was
In other words, he
1916.
arrived in 68 and then
Yes.
passed on in 69, I think is what you're saying.
Yes,
Do we have
yes,
that right?
yes.
Can you, I believe that the last time when you told John, what squad or whatever it's called he was in, he knew about
Yeah.
it. Go ahead.
It was the big red one.
The Big Red One, we worked with them several times in Vietnam. So he was in the same area I Corps that I was in.
So even though you may
Same
not
time.
have met, you were
We
certainly.
might have passed each other
You
on the
might
road.
have, isn't that
Could
something?
have happened, yeah.
Isn't that something? Yeah. So you okay there, John McCarthy? You're not having an earthquake, right?
No.
Just kidding, just kidding. All right.
Thank goodness.
Thank God.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, yes.
Okay. Well, thank you for telling us about him. I'm sure you'll have other comments. And either of you,
Thank
any
you.
response to that song "Battlefield"? Did it
That
hit home
was
at all?
that was powerful and beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm holding the phone, so I have to do this, and I
That's
can't
okay.
applaud.
No, that's okay. You don't have to
But-
applaud. No.
But it's very touching, and I heard the other things that John said, and God bless you, and God bless all of you, and and our beautiful vets living and gone.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to continue to talk about that throughout the evening as well. All right.
Thank you.
So now, John, you have a story that I would love to have you share. You have many stories, but there's one I ask again, especially since you
The
mentioned your
the
uncle.
Mother's Day story?
No, well, I don't know if that was Mother's Day, but when you were trying to, when your brother helped you. Go ahead.
Yes. It was Mother's Day in 68, and we were trying to take the hill from the NVA or Viet Cong. And halfway up the hill, which was totally defoliated from Agent Orange and bombings, we stopped to rest. And there was one tree on this hill in that area with leaves on it. So I went onto the tree and I sat under it. I was on point, and I volunteered for point not because I was courageous, but because I knew I was paying attention. And so I was first up there. I got under the tree and I sat under the cool tree. And then the lieutenant and his radio man and two of his friends sat themselves beside me under the shade of the tree. I just got up because I couldn't get along with him. I walked out into the sun, and I'm sitting in the sun. Sweat was pouring down my face. I said, "Oh my God!" Just to say, just because you're mad at this guy, you get out of the shade. And just then, two mortar rounds landed under the tree.
Wow.
Wounded all four men under
Oh,
there, the
my
lieutenant.
Lord.
So we had to retreat because the radio was dysfunctional now. We had to retreat back down the hill. When we got back down the hill, it was the thick jungle then. And there were two paths lightly visible, one to the left, one to the right. And from the one on the left, I distinctly heard my brother Danny, "Johnny, come this way." He said, "Johnny, come this way." And I thought he had been drafted and been sent over to Vietnam just like I was. So I convinced the rest of the guys in the platoon to follow that trail. When we got back to the base, and those 4 men were evacuated and saved. They could have died if we couldn't.
If you had gone the wrong way, or you could have been ambushed if you had gone the wrong way,
If we went to the right, who knows where we would have ended up.
Yeah, yeah.
So I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, now where was your brother at the time?
He
in
was
fact?
back in Braintree,
In
Massachusetts.
Braintree, Massachusetts. So,
I never believed in ESP or anything like teleportation, whatever. But I distinctly heard my brother say, "Johnny, come this way."
and when you told me, I felt that it was intervention from someone
My
on the
uncle,
other side.
my uncle, who
Well,
was a
it could have been
door
your
gunner.
uncle, that would make sense, or somebody on the other side,
He was a
but he
floor
used,
gunner on a B-17 bomber in World War II who never came home.
but if someone on the other side were going to get your attention and they didn't sound like somebody you
I
knew,
wouldn't have heard my uncle's voice. I wouldn't have understood it.
you might not
Yeah,
have, or if
right.
it was just a stranger's voice, you might have thought it was somebody trying to just
Ambush,
trick
yeah.
you to get you
Sure,
ambushed.
sure.
But because it sounded like your brother,
Distinctly, it's very strange.
and your brother. Well, things like that do happen, and we're glad it happened to you.
I can testify.
And you. So now you've told us already about 2 close calls. You've had so many close calls, and you're still sitting here.
I had dysentery. That was tough too.
I bet it was.
You don't want to hear the symptoms.
No, I
of
don't.
dysentery.
But after maybe another song we might want to hear, even though it's hard to hear, but I think we need to understand what soldiers go through. You know, like I said before the show came on, I think that we all who have not served, we try to understand. But when you hear so many hundreds of people, so many thousands of people were hurt or landed in the hospital or killed, we understand it up in our head, but I don't think we experience just how difficult it is on a day-to-day basis.
Is Keith doing Angelle?
He will,
Oh, yeah.
not yet.
Great.
Yeah,
Definitely
not
will.
yet. Yeah,
That's another story that goes with that.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
we'll
definitely.
get that. Any rate, so by you telling us what things have happened, and then, you know, John M. over here representing the families, because it is said that the families also serve. Do I have that right, John?
They also serve who stay at home and wait.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly, exactly. So, all right, so now what we have is, let's see where we're at. Oh, yeah, Let's Ride. But before we talk about that, keeping on the subject of it's hard for us to understand, and are you okay talking a little about, well, it's Jesse's story, but I really want to hear what happened to you that day,
The day I
because it
was
was
wounded.
another close call, or if you're
Well,
not
Jesse
comfortable
was-
with it,
yeah.
I'll talk about it. So.
Well, Jesse was a black squad leader who took David Fielding's place when he moved out of a unit,
And another good friend.
and a close friend. And
Yeah.
after David was shot, we were pretty upset. And we moved into a village, and some of the guys were so upset they were burning down such straw huts. And I saw a guy going toward a hut, and I stepped in front of him. I said, "Don't do that. David Fielding wouldn't have wanted this." And he was determined to burn that hut down. And just then, a M60 machine gun was placed on my right shoulder. And my squad leader, Jesse Palmer, a black soldier from Houston, Texas, was on the end of it. He pointed at the guy with the match, and he said, "Don't do that." And Jesse, as I said, replaced David as a squad leader, so he had to obey him.
Yeah,
And we saved that house and most of the houses in that village that day.
stood up for him. maybe we'll play Let's Ride, and then, well, no, I think we should talk a little about it first. I know that you wrote it for something more modern, but it also for the idea of
Yeah,
no one's left behind.
That's right, yeah.
That's for real, right? It's not
Yes.
just an expression.
No
Tell-
soldiers left behind.
Yeah.
And especially in case of Vietnam, where there are helicopters available
Yeah.
to bring guys out right away.
Yeah, and
instead
there's
of
an
having to
excellent
wait.
video, before we forget, there's an excellent video of this song that we'll try to remember to post afterwards.
Sure, my nephew Danny,
It's
Danny's son,
fantastic video.
made a great video of the song.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
All right. Do you feel comfortable talking about what happened to you?
For Jesse, when I was wounded,
Well, what happened, about how serious your wound was, or would you rather I talk
well,
about it?
it's Jesse's story too. If you're going to play Let's Ride, I mean, anyhow, Jesse Palmer, as I said, he was a black soldier from Houston, Texas, and he was about 2 months from going home,
Yeah.
and I was about 3 months away from going home. And I told him, when you go home, I want you to go up to Boston and tell my family they'll be home in another month. And when I come back, I want you to come up and hang around, stay with us.
Yeah.
And Jesse said, you mean to tell me that black guys and white guys can walk the streets of your town together?
Yeah.
He was from Houston, Texas, so they were still experiencing some forms of segregation down there, obviously. I guaranteed him, I said, yes, absolutely, there'll be no problem. He couldn't believe it. And then we walked back to the unit, and that's when a couple of mortar rounds landed right beside us, and he was killed. And I was wounded, and the helicopter came, and they took us both. They took me first, and the helicopter didn't lift up, and I didn't know where Jesse was. Then they took him, and they dropped him beside me in the helicopter. And unfortunately, he gave his life in Vietnam. But hopefully, that message that he could walk down the streets in Braintree, Massachusetts, with a white guy.
Yeah.
It was-
There's a passage in your book, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but is it okay if I talk a little
Sure.
about it? And I can understand why it's hard to talk about, and I'm sure it's hard to think about as well. But again, we want to. Am I talk? Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, but again, I want, because of things that are going on today, I want people to understand how hard it is. And I think that, we see that Purple Heart hat that you're wearing, but we don't really get what you went through. Now, you were in the helicopter, and you just made it into the helicopter in time, and they got you out because you had lost a lot of blood. Am I right?
Yes, I lost quite a bit of
Yeah,
blood.
and
I had
injuries. Go ahead.
both of my legs were hit with shrapnel. My left leg was broken, the fibula,
Yeah.
the smaller bone in my left lower leg was broken.
Wow.
I couldn't walk, so.
Yeah, and some injuries.
But
And
I was in the chopper, the medevac, and they put Jesse beside me,
yeah,
and that was tough,
yeah. So you were there for him, and they were there for you. And I think I want to make sure that people understand what you guys go through, and you might want to write that line down, Keith. How long did you end up staying? Let's tell you what. Let's play the song, and then I'm going to ask you just how long it took for your recovery and so on.
Okay.
Okay. And this one is Let's Ride, and it was originally inspired by, tell me her
The
name.
rescue of Jessica Lynch.
And that was in more modern times, but it does, of course, also tell the story that no one is left behind in all wars.
We're soldiers of good fortune on another rescue mission, flying through the nighttime behind enemy lines. Out there in the darkness, one soldier's waiting for us, running out of time. No one gets left behind, so let's ride, let's ride, let's ride, let's ride. We'll rock and roll again. men you've never known come to take you home. From the jogger to the doorway, up the stairs into the hallway, calling out to our hero. We've come for you, let's go, let's ride, let's ride, let's ride, let's ride.
Can I move, she softly said, as she lie there in the bed. Legs are broken and I fear, how will you get me out of here?
Do not cry, sweet heroine, hero to 1,000 men. We'll carry you in our arms, no one again will bring you harm. So let's ride, let's ride, let's ride, let's ride.
Please don't let go.
We don't let go. From the bed into the hallway, downstairs into the doorway, out to the waiting chopper. That's how we took her. As she lay there finally free, it was plain for all to see. In this army you will find no one gets left behind. So let's fly, let's fly, let's fly, fly away back home. We'll take you home. So fly, fly, fly away.
We're
Going home, fly away. Fly away.
And of course, that was Let's Ride by John
That was
Olivere.
Nadia Schwartz singing again.
Nadia
She's
Schwartz,
on most
beautiful
of my
job on
songs and
that.
most of my CDs.
And we want to applaud that song, okay?
Yeah, definitely.
That was
Hang on a
really
second, we want to
beautiful,
hear you.
wonderful.
Hang on, John McCarthy, we want to actually hear you. Okay, go, John McCarthy.
I'm sorry.
No.
That was really beautiful and awesome, John, and
Thank
very
you. Thank you.
bouncy and important. Thank you. Thank God.
Yeah. Do you-
Coming from you, that means a
Why-
lot.
What feels important to you about it?
Well, that about Let's Ride, that it's hard to put into words.
I bet.
And the whole song was very important and beautiful. And I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous.
No,
But
that's okay. You're doing great.
thank
Well, I
you.
would
But,
imagine-
John, you made a sacrifice too. You might not realize it.
That's right.
I
You lost
know.
your brother.
That's right.
I know.
Was your brother younger, or is your brother older or younger than you? How old were you, in other words, when he was killed?
Me?
Yeah.
About 18 or 19.
Yeah.
John, I have 4 brothers. They all could agree that losing any brother would be very, very tough. Very
Devastating.
difficult.
Yeah, yeah. And when he was killed, was he also rescued, or was he? I don't know whether was he rescued by the helicopters as well, or was it a different type of situation?
Well, me?
Yeah, your brother.
Yeah, he was missing for a couple of days, and they found him.
Wow. Wow.
And then at first, a sergeant, came to my office. I mean, my house, wanted to speak to us, and he came back 2 days later. At first, they said, "Your son is missing in Vietnam," and 2 days later, he came back again, and my mom was there this time. I said, "Well, we found your son. He was killed in Vietnam.
That's terrible.
And thus the name of your book, right, John? Perfect transition. We regret to inform you.
We regret to inform you, yes.
Yeah,
That's one of the reasons why
they were all brave, including you, John. Thanks.
well, I was drafted, I always say. I have a joke. They had to come down to my house and take me out kicking and screaming. But no, I don't remember kicking. I just remember screaming.
Okay, so now I want to bring it to today a little bit, but also Keith is going to, we'll use this discussion to take us into the On the Wall John song. Keith, let me just check. Yep,
Yeah.
okay. Keith's song. Let me get Keith on here. Well, first, let me just talk with John. You know what? Let me get the camera on where I can move it around. So we can go back and forth. So Keith will be playing in just a minute. But John Olivere, we wanted to get your opinion as a veteran and John McCarthy as a family member of a veteran. And I know that we could talk all day about this, and I would like to be able to, but right now I just wanted to get a little bit of feedback from you about what's happening right now, that although that our government always says they support veterans,
Well, they say that.
But, go ahead.
Now, I think the Republicans are trying to take some benefits from the veterans, and the Republican Party historically has been pro-veteran, but at this point now, where they're firing different groups of people from all over the government, I don't know where their empathy or sympathy is. And
That's a
the
good
veterans,
question, yeah.
the veterans, for many, many years, the Republicans have supported veterans. But now they're totally, it seems, at loss to help. And they're thinking of taking some veterans
Just stay on mic. So
veterans
we don't lose
benefits
you, yeah.
away.
Yeah, and in addition to veterans benefits, veterans that have jobs, and sometimes they have challenges because of the time they served. So there's also, I believe, one of the services that the veterans organizations, both through the government and private nonprofits, do is to help them get jobs. And now the government jobs that many of those veterans have, they're just being fired, thousands at a time.
Well,
Excuse me, we should say thanks to Elon Musk and Donald Trump and the Dodge program and Vance. We should not let Vice President Vance off the hook.
well,
here.
it's amazing that these two gentlemen are basically
And-
out of the country right now. The president got 5 draft deferments during Vietnam, 5 draft deferments. And now he's the commander-in-chief of the most powerful army in the world. That is strange.
Well, he's also a convicted felon, and I have to ask, because I'm not up on it, but I've been told by other veterans that as a convicted felon, he would not even be able to serve in the military, but he can be the commander-in-chief. Am I wrong, or?
Oh,
is
that's
that-
true. I'm pretty sure that's true.
Yeah. And so that's obviously a concern. How do you feel? Did you want to say anything about that? I don't mean to put you on the spot, John, about that, about the fact that, and also the support services for the veterans, like hotlines for PTSD and suicide hotlines, and the support groups, you know, that people get together to help each other through what they've gone through in the service.
I can't see the Republicans succeeding in really
Well,
damaging these programs
Some
permanently.
of it is still
Temporarily,
up
but not
for grabs
permanently.
because the budget has not been approved yet, and there has been some pushback from Republicans as well as Democrats. Democrats are very much opposed to these cuts. But also, as you mentioned, both of you might want to comment on this, but you said that you feel that the veterans might be have something to say about it and not be quiet about what's happening.
I don't think the veterans are going to stand for that, you know.
Yeah. There's been a lot of
Hope not.
pushback, fortunately. John, did you have an opinion or of anything you wanted to add, how you feel about what they're trying to do to the veterans? Through the
Well-
Doge, I can't even say it, the
Doge.
Doge program?
Yeah.
Yes, I hope that I hope that nothing bad will happen, and that they have a right to speak up. And veterans are very important. You know, we're here because of them. You know,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think that sums it up. They we
Does.
they need everything. They gave their lives, whether it was a just or an unjust war. They deserve every good thing they deserve. And our
Well
respect,
said. Well said.
Yep.
Well said.
including
And
you,
us.
Johnny.
Thank you.
Welcome.
It's so
Thank you.
there'll be more to say about that, but Keith's going to talk about his On the Wall song, and John, you have continued to fight for peace now that you're
Oh,
home.
yes.
Yeah, all these years.
I'll have to tell you the story about my mother when I came home.
All right, we'll get to that one afterwards. Keith, did you want to mention a little bit about Don Taylor, and then we'll do On the Wall? I did have one. Oh, by the way, I hope that when you listen to On the Wall, you might put together what John and John have talked about and what the soldiers go through, and to really feel it, as well as to remember that they fought for us and what the government is trying to do now. And I think that On the Wall really brings that through for us, Keith. But first, tell us a little about Don Taylor.
Don Taylor was a friend of mine in high school, and he was about a year older. And let's see, I don't know. He went into the service just after high school, I think, and then I think it was somewhere around 72 or so. He was killed.
Yeah.
But he was a very good friend. His name was Don Taylor. He was from Chenal, Illinois. Had a family, brothers, sisters,
And they have
just like
reconnected
everybody
with you.
else.
They have connected with you at a certain point.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't want to run out of time. I want to make sure we get this song in so we can tell more about the song afterwards. But I appreciate you letting us know that this wasn't just written abstractly. This was about somebody you knew. On the Wall,
Absolutely.
Keith James.
He was a young man, only 18, tall and thin, nothing about him was mean. A stand-up guy who liked what was right, like many before him, he was sent there to fight. A young man eager for the world to see the best part of him he could possibly be, while the honor guards march about face, the bagpipes cried, "Amazing grace." He did not fall, now his name is on the wall. He stood by his family, he stood by his friends, he stood by the men in his regiment. A picture on the mantle, a soldier in uniform, his mother says, "This is my son." A young man eager for the world to see the best part of him he could possibly be, while the honor guards march about face, the bagpipes cried, "Amazing grace." He did not fall, now his name is on the wall. I took some paper, I took some chalk, I lightly traced over his name. His face in my memory will never change. His name has been framed and hangs on the wall. A young man eager for the world to see the best part of him he could possibly be, while the honor guards march about face, the bagpipes cried,
Very
Very good,
beautiful,
Keith.
poignant, very,
One more
What?
time, John McCarthy. Go ahead.
very beautiful, very poignant. You know, a really great song brings it home, and
That's, yep,
Very good.
thank you.
Very good.
that's what I was trying to do.
And you succeeded. John
Yes,
Olivere.
makes
I'm
everybody think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he did not fall. Now his name is on the wall.
Like that line very much.
Yeah, me too. And it's such a
Me too. Brings it home.
really does. Really does. Well, thank
Very
you
nice,
so much.
Keith. Very nice.
John, Fool for Love, we will try to get to it in Act 2, and if we don't, we will get to it somewhere in the show, okay?
Okay.
But right now, what we're going to do is go to Steppin' Out, an instrumental by Keith James, and I'll step back in to let people know what's coming up in the second act, and right now.
Saw you walking down the boulevard, hand in hand, he was falling hard. Another victim for your trophy case.
We're going to do a take 2 on this. Hang on, John. That
I
was
didn't know
my
you were
error.
gonna play. I
Yeah.
didn't know you were going to do that.
Well, because I don't want that song to get cut off for the news, so we're going to do a take two,
You were gonna do
and
Stepping Out.
I am going to do Steppin' Out, and it'll all get Steppin' Out in the edit for WATD. So once more time, here's Keith James. I almost called you John, also Keith. Here's Keith James Steppin' Out. I'll be back in a second. I just wanted to let you know that we'll have more songs from John Olivere, more memorable moments in Act 2. We'll also air WATD production engineer Tim McKenney's fan favorite, The Gambler, and Keith will play a captivating cover of John Olivere's original Angelle, I'll Be Waiting. And we'll air Stephen Martin's moving cover of John's original Another Soldier. All this and more after the break. And those people listening on WATD will hear the news and the weather, and those listening on Zoom will hear Steppin' Out, and then probably a little bit of a pause, and we will be back for Act 2. And you'll also get to hear an important message from legendary singer-songwriter Jonathan Edwards. And for our Zoom audience, there'll be a couple more minutes before we go on to Act Two. And John, you're most welcome to speak. Just be aware that you are still, for our Zoom audience and our YouTube audience. Will be just a few more minutes before we start Act Two. And John Olivere, it's fine if you want to speak to anyone, you may. John McCarthy's out of the room for a second, but he will be back after a break.
I'm hoping my granddaughter Gabrielle is listening.
I hope so too, if they checked out the
She's
YouTube.
an excellent singer,
So
and she's in chorus at school, and she used to sing with my brother Dan and I at coffee houses.
Well,
We're hoping to do that again soon.
Gabrielle, if you're listening, or John, your son, is he go by John Jr. or just John?
John, no, that's my son John, yeah.
John, yeah, if
I
you're
was going to
listening,
talk about his son Jackson, who's
shout
about
out
6.
to them.
He is an incredible 6-year-old boy, very sensitive.
And if you
He
would
told
like,
me to exercise so I can be around more.
we'll get to that in Act Two. Maybe you and John McCarthy, you're still on Zoom, so people on YouTube, so it's public, but we're not back on WATD yet. Okay, we will be soon, but we're just waiting to do all of the break things that need to be done. John, you can take a peek up at the screen so you can talk with, but you have to still speak into the mic though when you want to talk.
Hi, John. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Excellent.
What an honor to meet you.
It's an honor to meet you and hear about your brother.
Thank you.
He was
Thank
in
you.
a unit that we used to work with. We probably overlapped in time in Vietnam.
Yes,
And,
I'm sure. And, you never get over losing a son, or a loved one. My mother, and father,
I'm sure
They
that
never
took a
got over
toll
it.
on them.
yeah. Yeah. How you doing these days?
Physically, I'm fine. I'm sure you heard the story about my waking up in the intensive care unit at the hospital, not knowing how I
Yes.
got there after heart surgery in a 7-day coma.
Yes,
So,
you look good. You look
yeah,
good.
everyone's saying, "You look good, John." And I think what they're thinking is, "For a guy who almost died."
Yeah, right.
Wow. Thank God you're here.
Yeah, I
Wow.
agree. I agree. It's nothing like grandchildren. Do you have any grandchildren, by the way? John, do you have any grandchildren?
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh, no, unfortunately, I'm not married, and I got a wonderful girlfriend, and this is a shirt she gave me for Christmas.
Oh,
It
nice
matches
shirt.
mine, I think. We're twins
I-
tonight.
Yeah, it's very nice. Neffy, she's very good to me. Hi, Neff. Wow. And I
That's
like
great.
your shirt and your hat. So your hat, it says something about your service?
Yeah, it says Purple Heart. That wasn't
Oh.
voluntary, though.
Oh, wow.
I didn't have a
That's
say
nice.
in that.
Right.
Wow.
I think what we're going to do is start the show again, but we can talk a little more about that, as well as we really didn't get to talk with Keith about his song a little bit more. So whenever
I'm looking forward to Keith and Stephen's songs.
Yes, me too.
Thank you.
Singing your songs. Okay, so now it is 6:23. So we're going to go back on. So if you're listening on YouTube, we are completing our behind-the-scenes chit-chat, and we're going to go back to the show that will actually be aired. The second act will all be aired on WATD, but they don't get to hear the chit-chat. The chit-chat behind the scenes. So let's see if everybody is ready. And Home Again will be the first song, John, and then we'll get back to chatting a little bit more with you, Keith, before we move on to the next topic, okay?
Yep.
Hello, everybody. This is Jonathan Edwards, and you're listening to Twilight Showcase with Sandy and Keith on 95.9 WATD.
And welcome back to the second act of Twilight Showcase.
Walk through the morning to the sea, watch the sails ride the breeze in their boats open, headed out to sea. Walk from the shore to the seaside town as the children gather round, young girls with their men. I must be home again. Walk from the town to the country fields, see the farmer as he kneels. Mother Earth has been good to him. I must be home again. Years ago I left this land, crossed the sea with gun in hand, a soldier forced by tyranny to help thieves like tyranny. We were wrong and learned that fast, and we paid right to the last, fighting for a cause unknown. Some of us would not. We did not fight for democracy, or for the flag or liberty. A greater love has no man, laid down his own life for. Have passed and the times have changed. The wounds have healed but the scars remain. The war is over and I've come home to let the truth be known. We were lied to and that's a fact, by ministers who turned their backs, generals who hid the truth while we lost our prayers. It's a story as old as man, it's been told time and again. Listen well and you will see it didn't always have to be. I walk through the morning and through the night, from the darkness to the light, for the lame and for the blind, for the boys we left behind. If you see me passing by and you hear my angry cry, you could put my mind at ease, tell me that you'd find. As I wander the countryside, there are scars we cannot hide, but in the eyes of my true friends, I see I'm home. I must be home.
Good one. Home
I have to
again.
say that's Rick Harris on the electric guitar. He did a great job on that.
Really nice. Yeah, very nice.
Excellent job.
Before we find out a little more about being home again, we will talk about the lectures you do, but I think we'll do that a little
Oh, yeah,
later
sure,
on.
sure.
Or actually, why don't you mention that now? Because it says right in the song about continuing to fight for peace when you got home. But just talk about that, and then I want to get back to Keith on
I'll
the
quickly
last one.
prefix it with, my mother was involved in the anti-war movement when I came home.
Yeah.
And I was
wow.
proud to go with her to these movements. At one time, I was there in my uniform, and a guy came up to me and said, you shouldn't be here because in the uniform. I said, no, you shouldn't be here because you're not against the war. He was just there maybe scouting out, trying to take names down of people who were at the anti-war
Wow.
movement.
Oh, wow.
So,
Well, that was a successful time that the people spoke in this country and tried to bring the truth out. And I think that's happening again now in this country, but for not just for the war, but for so many things.
well, I find an analogy to those times after I came home, and people were fighting for peace and trying to stop the war.
Yeah.
To what's going on today, it seems like our rights are being taken away. Like we just spoke about the veterans, and it's trying to take some of their benefits away. That's very antagonizing to me.
Yeah.
It's very negative, and hopefully they won't succeed. But I
Well,
think some of our
They already have with some, but people are rising up against what they're doing.
yes, it's good to see that.
Yeah, and I think the people like you that spoke up back then set the tone. They set a
was
good
very-
example for what to do now.
I was very proud of my mother that she was involved in them.
Yeah, and there was a story.
Even when I came home, she still was involved. So that
And
was
I believe it was your sister who said the story that she and your mom went down to Washington on a bus for a protest.
yes, they did.
Do I have that right?
Yes,
Which-
I was. I
are
think
you
I
allowed
was in
to say
Vietnam
which
at the
sister?
time. I was in Vietnam at the time. I'm
You
pretty
were
sure.
in the Vietnam. Oh wow. Are you allowed to say which sister that was? I don't want to.
I have 4 sisters and 4 brothers, so I'm not 100% sure which
That's
one
okay.
it
Then
was.
don't say because we don't want to name somebody that it wasn't.
I don't
but
wanna-
it was, because she spoke up one of the times that you told this story, and so that was a protest, a big one down in Washington, if I'm
Yes.
not mistaken. Yeah, that's those who wait also serve. Right?
That saying, they also serve of stay at home and wait.
Yeah,
It's very
absolutely.
poignant.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My father, like I said, his brother was killed during World War II, and then his son left for Vietnam, and he knew I was in infantry. I wasn't in the Navy or in the base camp. I was out in the field, so he was worried as much as my
Of
mother.
course he was
Sure.
worried. Yeah, absolutely. And Keith, before we move to the next topic about a little bit more about John at home and some nice things that are happening at home, Keith, you want to just tell us a little bit? We really didn't give you a chance. If you wanted to say anything more about Don or about the inspiration for that song, or whatever you would
yeah,
like.
the inspiration for the song came because I went to the moving wall, which is a replica, or about a half-size replica of the Vietnam War Memorial.
Yes.
And that would happen to be in Plymouth.
It
for
travels
a
around
couple of
to different
weeks.
parts of the country.
Yeah, they take
Yeah,
it,
go ahead.
travel it around. Have you seen the Vietnam War Memorial in Washington, D.C., the real one?
Yes.
You have, you've
Oh,
been there?
wow.
Yeah.
So, wow.
I also saw the moving wall too.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. And what about you?
So
Hang on one
go ahead.
second. John M. You've seen the wall as well.
Yes, both.
Oh,
And
great.
and were you able to see your brother's name on the wall?
Yes,
today?
yes.
When it was here, they helped us to find Don's name.
Absolutely.
As I recall,
Yeah.
they were great. The volunteers there.
They were.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And it was just, just to watch people looking up names and talking about their loved one who's been killed. And it was a beautiful day. Sun was out.
And the
a lot of people
bagpipe
there.
did play.
Bagpipes did play.
Yeah.
And that was kind of set the scene for this song.
Yeah.
And that was the inspiration for it. That's where it all came from.
Yeah. The experience, though, of seeing that wall, I think, like many people, I expected it to be important, but I had no idea how moving it would be.
It's one of the most moving memorials I've ever seen.
Yeah, there's something.
The black stone and the names up there.
Right.
Each name is a person, you know.
Yep. And it sounds so plain when you think of it, you know. But when you're actually there and look at it, it's I don't know, does something to you.
It really does. Well, I think being around so many people that are feeling it, and
Sure.
then, in my opinion, and nobody has to agree with me, I think we feel the people on the other side who feel that we are able to connect. You know,
There's a famous photograph of that, exactly that.
really, tell me. I've
Oh,
never
It's,
heard of
wow.
it.
Yeah.
The people are on the outside looking into the wall, but the inside the wall are the soldiers.
Oh, wow.
That sounds great.
Reflections.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's reflective. Wow. That I'd like to see that.
That would be powerful.
Very, yeah. And with appreciation too, you know, for the love that we share between, as you said, John McCarthy, whether you feel it was any war, whether it's a just war or not a just war. What do they always say? If we have that,
They also
Peter Yarr said, no, we stand for we're here for the warrior. You don't have to be here for the war. You can be here for the warrior, or you can speak up for the.
Exactly.
You don't have to support the war.
Thank you.
Support the warrior.
Yeah.
Yes.
True. If I may say something, in Lower
Anything you
Manhattan-
want, go right ahead. Wait a second, go ahead.
Thank you very much. On Water Street in Lower Manhattan in New York, there's a big memorial. They are like little, well, I wouldn't call them headstones. I don't know what you call them. They're like bricks with metal on each of them, and engraved are the names that everyone who died in Vietnam. And if any of you or anyone comes to New York, on Water Street in Lower Manhattan by the Chase Manhattan Plaza, you could look up any name. You could it's all in alphabetical order, and the names and what age they were. I can't remember if I said my brother Brian was 23 years old, but keep that in mind if anybody comes to New York.
That's really, and is it just people from New York who served, or from all
Everyone
over?
everyone that's on the wall.
Really,
Just
isn't
it's
that
all in
something?
alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is something.
That's great.
Anyway.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get John back on camera and get my notes back up here. John M. John. That one with the hat. John with the hat.
The hat guy.
Okay.
Yeah, the hat guy. There you go.
So one of the wonderful things that has happened back at home is that besides many sisters and brothers who are
4 sisters and 4 brothers.
Yeah.
My father was Italian and my mother was Catholic. It's a lethal combination.
I love it. And you have a couple of grandchildren.
I have 3 grandchildren now.
Oh, wow.
Gabriella, who, as you know, sang in the coffee houses with my brother and I.
And let me say again, that would be the Catbird Cafe where Stephen and
Stephen
Kathy-
Martin, she was
right?
up there. So.
Yeah.
And not to sound envious, but I am, we want your kids on Twilight Showcase.
I want to bring them on.
and
I
let
think
me-
Jackson.
go ahead.
Before I leave, I have to show you a video of Jackson and Kennedy.
Okay, you might have
Jackson
sent it,
and
yeah.
Gabriella dancing.
I'd love to, and
Oh,
I'd love,
wow.
as much as I would love to get them in the studio, if that's a little tricky for their family, we can do quite a bit via Zoom. So,
Yeah, let's do
John, son of John, and grandchildren, if you are listening, please know that you are invited. And just the way we have John M. from Yonkers right here, it's as if he's in the
It's as
living
if
room
he's
with
right
us.
here, John.
Isn't it? It's as
Yeah.
if you're here. We could do the same with
Let's do
your
that. Let's do it,
family,
yes.
and they could
Fascinating.
dance there, and they could sing a little for us, whatever they want to sing.
Yeah.
And I'm also putting out a call for your grandchildren, perhaps the two older ones until the
Yes,
other one's
I
ready,
think- yeah.
to learn "Fool for Love" to
Okay.
sing with you.
Okay.
When they do get in the studio, I would think that song would be perfect for them
Yeah,
all to sing
exactly.
and dance with you.
Yes.
I think that would be just wonderful.
I can't wait.
Now, besides their dancing, could you please tell us just a little version of when you had your stroke and you've recovered, another close call more recently, a few years now, and your recovery is unbelievably fantastic. But Gabby, is it Gabby? May I say
Gabriella,
Gabby?
yes.
Or Gabriella, she gave you a medical opinion at one point, didn't she? You remember that with the medical opinion, and then your doctor found out?
I need to jog my memory.
That's okay. I don't remember the whole thing, but she was saying that you were doing very well, and she had some medical things she was doing, and then you ended up playing it for your doctor, and he got a kick out of it
I got to
too.
look that. I'm sorry, I
That's
forgot
okay. She'll remember. Well, Gabby, it looks like now you absolutely must come on Twilight Showcase so
Yes.
you can tell the story and refresh all of our memories. No
that.
problem.
Well, I have to say, between Gabby and Jackson, who's 6 with the boy,
Yes, and
they
also,
really have helped my recovery from the open heart surgery. They really
I
have.
bet. Wow.
I see them every week. I see them like 2 or 3 times a week. And it's just,
Nice.
it lifts my spirits. I feel much
It
better
does.
with them.
that's
Jackson told me the other day to exercise so I can live more, not live live more.
that's fun.
As a matter of fact, today I had to cancel picking up Jackson because of the show.
Yeah.
But,
Well, you should have just picked them up and brought them here. Okay, another time.
I think they're both going to be here eventually, without
Well,
a doubt.
it's nice now.
Sure.
That's one of the advantages of doing the podcast, the Twilight Showcase podcast that we do on Thursdays earlier than the radio airs a little late for them. You know, I'm sure they have to, it's past
Yeah.
their bedtime. But perhaps when we're 5 to 7,
Yeah,
they could come at
exactly.
least for part of it. And we would just love that and love to get them dancing right here. We got room in the studio.
Gabby's in dance. She
See?
loves to dance.
Look at all this room here in
Exactly.
between you and Keith. They could
They could dance
in
right here.
storm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah?
right.
That would be super. Well, wonderful. So now that we've talked up about Gabby, perhaps you would like to introduce the song, and I'll play it, and I think you're going to be singing along on it. Did you want to introduce that song, or should I just go ahead and do it?
Oh, this is Gabby's song, right?
Yeah.
You have
Yeah?
one of the rare copies. I wrote the song with my granddaughter, Gabriella,
And this was when she was little, right?
when
First
she was
born?
very
right.
young.
All right.
She's 13 now.
All right, here we go, Gabby.
Gabby, when will we see you? We just long to be near you. Gabby, a beautiful baby. She's our little lady, and she's coming home soon. Eyes so blue, smile so bright, turns the darkness into light. Sunshine all through the night with Gabby, a beautiful lady. She's our little lady, and she's coming home now. When she's here, time just flies. And when she leaves, it's hard to say goodbye. Nana, Nana, don't cry. Gabby, we'll be back again. smile so bright turns the darkness into light. Sunshine all through the night with Gabby, a beautiful lady. She's our little lady, and she's coming home now. When she's here, time just flies. And when she leaves, it's hard to say goodbye. Nana, don't cry, Gabby will be back again.
That was Gabby.
Wow,
And
I
was-
love that.
Yeah.
Great.
That's my granddaughter, Gabriella's song.
Was that really taped of her? Or is that a sound effect?
You don't want to
Don't
hear
tell
that.
me.
Okay.
Okay, don't tell me.
Keep it a secret, okay?
Keep it a secret, but it certainly sounded like her.
Yeah, it did.
That was great.
I can tell you one, it wasn't me, okay?
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. I think I want to start heading towards Keith's live version of your song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
You can do it live, Keith?
Yeah.
Excellent,
definitely.
excellent.
And you should tell a little about that, and then I'm going to tie it into what's going on, a little bit about what's
Okay.
going on currently, because there's a lot going on
Yeah,
right now.
exactly.
So.
I, of course, mentioned my uncle Walter was a door gunner on a B-17 bomber and didn't come back. And when I went to Vietnam, my parents told me the day before I left that I could go to Canada. And the only reason I didn't go is I didn't want to bring shame upon the family. But if I had really been using my head, if I knew more about the war, I probably wouldn't have gone. So when I left Vietnam, my father was upset, obviously. My parents were both upset. But imagine thinking if you just lost a brother when you're younger now, you don't want to lose a son.
Right.
Yeah. And then you felt the same way when your son.
And this song here, Angelle, which Keith is going to do his beautiful version of, is I wrote for when my son went away to the Middle East. And of course, I was very worried for all the time he was there. You know, I was afraid something was going to happen to him.
Yeah.
And I wrote this song, and I feel Keith does a better version of it than me.
And interestingly enough, your song, I think, is not dated. I mean, it's almost for all times. And right now, the idea of people being taken away when they don't want to go right ahead.
Exactly. A lot of anti-war songs are eternal. They don't. They might mention a specific war, but they apply to most all wars.
Yeah. And I want to take it to right now, because a lot of us feel that we are at war right now, but unfortunately it's a war within our own country, and that many of our rights, as you both have mentioned this evening, there's too many rights being challenged that we could even name in one show, but the one that's happening right now is most like fighting a war, not most, but very much like
very
fighting
similar.
a war, is the right to due process. And for those of you who don't know what that means, I think most people do, but it means that in this country,
You have a legal right to defend yourself.
and also whether or not you're a citizen, if you are in this country and charged, arrested, or any type of thing like that, you cannot be. The Constitution of the United States says that everyone has a right to due process, meaning you have to have your day in front of a hearing or a court. You have a right to assistance, a lawyer or someone to assist you. You have a right to present evidence, and that nobody should be just saying, you're guilty, you're going to jail. And in addition to just going to jail now, in addition to that, we seem to have very few people in the administration who, most of you know we have 3 branches of government, the legislative.
Executive, legislative, and judicial. But
That's right.
it
And they're
appears
all
that the
equal.
executive is trying to take over from the other two.
Exactly, and that's called a dictator, or authoritarian,
Exactly.
right? Kind of like Hitler.
Well, the Supreme Court did just stand up to him last week.
Yes, exactly. Go
And
ahead.
I think the Supreme Court is,
And-
as conservative as it might be, I think they realize their power is being usurped.
Exactly.
And I think they will defend other judges in other courts.
And as cozy as they have been with him, some
Yes,
of them,
exactly.
I think that even it was 9-0 that they said due process must be held up for everyone, everyone right to due process. Now, some of the suggestions, and then yesterday then there was a ruling from the judge that had made an order not to send those planes down to the horrible place in
El Salvador.
Thank you, in El Salvador, which has a reputation of being a place where there is torture. It is well known, even the president of El Salvador, when speaking about it, said people there will never see the light of day. Now, in our country, you are charged with a crime and you have a term that you have to serve, but you're not supposed to be tortured. You're allowed to talk to your lawyer. You're allowed to have certain phone calls and visits from people who love you and want to see how you're doing. And also, you're not put in jail for every single crime for a life sentence. Also, it's illegal to be forced into labor. And the other thing that is openly admitted to down there is that they withhold food to make them weaker. People have died down there. Many of us are referring to it as a concentration camp. There are other names that are used in Russia and so on. The thought of sending immigrants, whether or not they're here legally, to a camp like that, and folks, your tax dollars, let me repeat that, your tax dollars are being used to keep those people there with no due process, and you sure as hell did not get a chance to say whether or not, through your representatives, that you feel our tax dollars should be putting people in camps known for torture. But not only has Donald Trump openly said, I'm not making this up, go on YouTube and look it up, just this past week, that not only is he okay with it happening to them, but he would like to get, I did not say he could do it yet, but he would like to send American citizens who are in jail, and if it's a crime that he feels is worthy of being put in a torture camp, that he would like them to be sent down there. So,
I know a convicted criminal likes to go down there. He's in the White House.
That's right.
yeah, right. I think he would want due process. He seems to understand the concept of due process when it's
When he's attacked.
when he is. So anyhow, as far as the plane going down, when the judge said no, now they are perhaps going to be charged with contempt, willfully ignoring an order, et cetera, et cetera.
I think the Supreme Court might be backed into supporting the other judges. I think they will.
I hope so, and I tend to agree with you that I'm not sure too many people in the Supreme Court want to get too cozy with the concentration camp leaders. So, but we'll see. But in the meantime, your song hits so many of the lines in there. This one and the next one that Stephen's going to do as well. But the point is, people here, the families, and Garcia, that particular case is also getting a lot of attention in a good way. And he's become like the poster child. But there's like 300 more people that were sent down
Exactly.
there without due process.
These aren't isolated cases.
No, they're not. And think about it, that Garcia, his family is waiting. The family of those 300 people are waiting. And the world is watching. Okay, we'll do a take 2, no problem. We'll just mark it so that I can look for it during the editing. Take a breath before you start again, Keith, so we'll have a pause and I can find it, okay? See, you YouTube people get to hear what happens behind the scenes. WATD will only hear the edited version.
Sandy?
What is that? Why am I hearing the
Me.
phone? Oh, it's you. I thought I heard something coming from the phone. Yes, John.
I'm sorry. Yesterday, there was a raid on Fordham University, and
Back up a little. Back up from the screen a little. Go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Yesterday, there was a raid on Fordham University and another university. They took away some legal immigrants that were going to these schools. They just took them away.
Again, no due process. There are organizations that are filing lawsuits about all of this. And a lot of the lawsuits, they are winning, but it takes time. And I just want to remind everybody that this Saturday, the Hands Off group again is organizing these fantastic protests around the country and around the world. So look on YouTube, look on the internet. There will be protests all over the country. If you can't go in person, that's okay. You can take the videos that show up and share them and spread the word, because not all of that gets on the news. I'm not saying none of it does, but there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people that are speaking up. And what I love is that they're taking everybody there. They're not all for one issue. Together, they are working together to save this country. How we doing, Keith?
I think I got it.
Okay, we'll get you on the big camera then. And once again, can you wait 1 minute before you start so that I can get a good marker there? Once again, this is I'll Be Waiting, Angelle. And it's, hang on. This was written by John
I wrote this for my son
Olivere.
when he went away to the Middle East.
And Keith is going to sing it now for everybody. Go for it, Keith.
They came for you late that night, and when they left, they stole the light. But I'll be waiting for you. I'll be waiting for you, waiting for you. From the window, I watch you leave, and for a moment In the morning I sit alone and wish my heart were made of stone, but I'll be waiting for you. I'll be waiting for you, waiting for you. In the evening I call your name, though it cannot ease this pain, but I'll be waiting for you. I'll be waiting for you, waiting for you. I'll leave them at the door, and when they bring you home, I'll take you by the hand and never let you go, and never let you go. I'm still waiting, always waiting. I'm still waiting for you. They came for you late that night.
Excellent, excellent.
Okay,
Excellent.
wait. Now you're gonna both have to wait till we stop applauding, and now let us hear what you want to say. Go ahead.
Excellent. Keith, I love hearing you do that.
I gotta
It's,
get-
it's,
Thank you very much.
it's great
Thank you.
when someone does your song, but when they really get into it like Keith does it, it sounds much better. And you'd rather hear them sing it than yourself.
That's quite a compliment. Thank you.
And John McHugh had some. John McCarthy. Hey, shout out to John McHugh too.
Shout out to everyone named
John.
John tonight.
Hi, John.
John, what did you tried to say something as well, but when we were applauding, we couldn't hear your wonderful words. Go right ahead.
Me?
Yes, didn't you want to say something after you heard the song? I couldn't hear you.
I was singing silently along, and I thought that was really beautiful and awesome
Thank you.
and touching. And, you know,
Keith made it his own.
wow.
Yeah, did.
Yeah, because John Olivere wrote that, and your version of it is fantastic, John. And your version with Keith is fantastic, and Stephen Martin's version is fantastic. But when I heard this version,
And the version that John does, I sing harmony on.
Yeah, sounds
which is
great. when you
cool.
do.
but when
uh,
I heard this,
I didn't set out to write that. It just happened to be, you know, I was practicing one night, and I had my what do you call it, songbook out there, and Angelle just happened to be there.
Oh, wow.
So I came up with this little tune that I used, and I thought, well, that sounds kind of good.
Yeah.
And then I started, you know, and then the song went just right with it really easily. So.
Excellent. The guitar playing.
Because I don't like to, what do you call it? I'm not a big person who wants to take somebody else's song and do something with it, unless I really, you know, am going to be, you know, what do you call it? I don't want to do something that the other
rather
guy's
hear
sitting
you
there
play
saying,
I'd
what
rather
the
hear you
heck?
play it.
Yeah, right. So I'm glad it turned out
and
good.
the way you sing that, to me, I hear the angels singing with you on that.
The choir.
The choir.
Choir.
Yeah.
But the choir on this side and on the other side
Yep.
singing.
Yep.
It is
True.
just.
True.
Go ahead, John. Yeah.
True.
There's something about it. It's like you can the room is filled and there's more music than you're singing. I mean, we've had that on a couple of other songs where
Yeah,
you
we have.
swear you could hear others.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a moment to welcome Cookie to the room.
Cookie, how you doing?
Cookie is in the house, and
Cookie's
she
in the
probably
house.
wants to sit up on your lap, John.
She
You
can
just
sit up
need
on
to, yeah, you just tap and she'll come up on your lap. Or she wants you to move
Well-
because it's her chair.
You want me to move, honey?
No, you don't
I can
have
move
to.
over there.
No, don't move. You'll be up.
I think she wants to come up.
Well, she will when she's ready. So, she's a sweet.
Just got to be careful because she has long claws.
Yeah.
I'm
There
a
she
cat
is.
person.
Where did she go?
I've always been a
Show
cat
her.
person.
There she is.
Wow.
Cookie, look at the camera. There she is. She did when I said, Cookie, look
Yeah,
at the camera.
She's a very smart cat.
Yes. Both Cookie and Mittens are smarter than me. I'm glad. I have no problem admitting it. All right. Now, let's see. We're going to get John back on the... Well, I thank everybody for all their kind words, really.
Me too.
It's been nice. I have no idea where you are, but I have a feeling we're up to Stephen Martin's song, which also
Yes, we
is
are.
positively prophetic, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Stephen did just like Keith. He got a solo to the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got such good words to work with.
And boy, this one just fits right in with what I was saying, that we're all, right now, I'm so glad that the courts are helping out and in many ways standing up for us. I'm glad to see.
I think the courts are our last resort in this case.
Yeah, and I
Because
do
of-
think that there are many people in Congress that are fighting for us. The Republicans, I think, from what we've heard behind the scenes, they're hoping that the courts will fix it so they don't have to speak up.
Exactly. That's exactly what.
Because they are being threatened. They really are. The judges are being threatened. But there are some Republicans who have started speaking up publicly. Just saw a thing just today from the woman from Alaska, Mukowski. I can't say her name properly.
Mikowski?
Yeah. Anyhow, and she came right out and said people are afraid, and she says she has to. Yeah, Lisa. Sorry, I couldn't remember her name. Just today, she came forward and publicly have said, and it's in writing online. Please look it up. This story isn't once a week. This story isn't once a month. This story is 10 times a day. It changes, and she has spoken up again. And she says that there are many people on the Republican side behind the scenes who are very upset with what's going on and very afraid of the retribution that will be brought upon them. I'm so proud of the universities that have joined together. Harvard spoke up and will not be pressured into
He's
changing.
taken on more than he can handle with Harvard University, I'll tell you that.
And
right
now he really is, because Harvard is leading kind of like a university NATO thing. And
Harvard has
They
access to
are-
a lot more money than they need, so I wouldn't worry about it.
And what's happening is they are bringing together other schools, both the big schools, but also the little schools who don't have as much clout. And they have making a pact that if one school is attacked by Trump, they are all going to step in to help. That is miraculous. And then, of course, the people that are speaking up. It is working. It is working. So
Can you take a picture of this?
she's on camera. We got a lot of pictures right now.
Wow.
I
So,
got my camera. It's-
and the extortion that is being done by the administration, I've never seen such a thing. It's
That's-
threatening to.
Extortion is a good word to be used in this.
Because it is. Last I heard, when you tell somebody if they pay you, that you won't get bothered by the Justice Department, ordered by the president. I'm pretty sure that's the definition of extortion. I think the mobs have been doing it successfully for years. So, anyhow, so people keep fighting. People keep speaking up. And remember, this Saturday there'll be more protests. Although there have been protests every day at this point. There, just go on YouTube and look it up. You'll see. So you're all soldiers now, and your line, see the writing on the wall. Another mother cries. Is prophetic. Are you talking to somebody?
I just got, I'm sorry,
Okay, that's all right. I just, we're gonna.
I'll be finished in 1 second,
And
okay?
no, that's okay. I'm gonna play the song anyway. But I just wanted to compliment you because the lines in this song, there's one line that until this year, I don't think I appreciated the full value of it when you said the Congress is so weak. Now, this was written
Government is
years
stalled.
ago, but
The
it was,
senators can't see the writing on the wall.
but it's as if you predicted,
So prophetic.
yeah, that there's such a large number of congressmen, both the Senate and the House of Representatives, that are afraid and being threatened and aren't speaking. But yes, many people are describing them as weak. So now we're going to hear Stephen.
I'm going to,
Go ahead.
that was just my daughter-in-law. She's awesome. She's hardworking, she's smart, she's artistic. She likes history.
Bring the mic up a little closer to you.
She likes
Yeah,
history,
there you
and
go.
she just said,
Is she listening?
she's evidently listening.
Okay, well,
She-
that's the most
she's wa-
important
she's
part.
wa-
What
she's
is her
wa-
name? We want to do a shout out. What's
Julie
her name?
Olivere.
Julie Olivere, thank you so much. And in the future,
nice.
we would love to have you join in on
I'm
Zoom
glad
too.
she's listening. 'cause,
Yeah, Julie, just let John or me know, and we'll include you next time we'll get you in the audience, just like John from Yonkers, right, John?
Right.
Yep.
All right,
I think
all right. We're gonna play another soldier, Stephen Martin's version, okay? And we'll catch you on the other side, John Olivere. All right?
All right.
Take two. I don't know why. Okay, here we go.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. It happens every day. You know that it's the truth. Every night while we sleep, another soldier dies. How long must this go on? Doesn't anybody care? You know, they're just too young. It really isn't fair. Every night while we sleep, another soldier died. Well, maybe it's their land. Or just maybe it's the oil. But all I see is sand and blood upon the soil. Every night while we sleep, another son will die. The Congress is so weak. The government has stalled. The senators can't see the writing on the wall. Every night while we sleep, another father dies. It's time to take a stand. The truth is evident. We have to understand. Silence is consent. Every night while we sleep, another mother cries. Every night while we sleep, another mother
Was
Very good, Stephen Martin.
Yeah, very nice, Steve.
Very
Martin.
good.
It's so fulfilling to have people like Keith and Stevens do your song, do them so well.
and put themselves in it.
They put themselves in the song, and then
Yeah.
you don't want to hear it by yourself anymore. You want to hear their version.
And especially where we're, exploiting your songs to the fullest and taking them to current times and the bigger picture, and their
Exactly.
versions help us to do that. So thank you both. John, did you want to say something? John McCarthy, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I was taking it in, that brings it home about a lot of things about, what we're talking about, what you're talking and singing about,
For sure.
Yeah, thank
Yes,
you.
it does.
That was our goal. I appreciate your
It makes
support
you
so
think
much.
and pray and miss and etc.
Yeah,
Yep.
and take action, and take action. All right, before we forget, I want to do a quick promo for us, and then we will put in The Gambler and Walking Down the Avenue very close together and see how much we can squeeze in. All right, so if you would like to hear more Keith James music, and I wrote some of the lyrics as well, it's easy to do. Just go to keithjames.info. That's keithjames.info. You got that right. All right. All right, so now we're just going to have a little fun. I felt like some of the people we talked about who are up for contempt charges, they might be, you know how Trump's always saying he's got all the cards and nobody else does? I don't know, it seems to me they may be running out of aces now.
On a warm summer's eve, on a train bound for nowhere, I met up with the gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns of staring out the window at the darkness, and boredom overtook us, and he began to speak. He said, "Son, I've made a life out of reading people's faces, knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind me saying, I can see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice." So I handed him my bottle, and he drank down my last swallow. Then he bummed a cigarette, and asked me for a light. Then the night got deathly quiet, and the face lost all expression. Said, if you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Every gambler knows that the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away, knowing what to keep. 'Cause every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser, and the best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. And when he finished speaking, he turned back toward the window, crushed out his cigarette, faded off to sleep. Then somewhere in the darkness, a gambler, he broke even. 'Cause in his final words, I found an ace that I could keep. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done.
Wow.
Yes.
I like his singing. Very good.
Jimmy, the gambler.
Yes.
I'm impressed, thank God.
That was a good night.
It'll take me a second here. All right.
Always a good night when Steve Martin was on.
I loved hearing you guys. I loved hearing you guys' versions. Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah,
I think I should put them on the next CD, huh?
yeah,
Put
yeah,
you guys on it.
sure.
Yeah, and Tim McKenney was so good at singing that song that for a second I thought I might not have put him on. I checked, and of course it was his song.
That was Tim?
That was Tim
Oh, my
singing
goodness.
it.
Oh, yeah.
That's-
Oh, yeah.
I had to double
I didn't
check.
realize that was Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
he
yeah.
was.
He did it. That's.
I don't think we sound that bad together.
No, I don't think so either.
Unbelievable. It's a terrific version. All right. So what I would like to do is do our thank yous and then do then we're going to play Walking Down the Avenue to help us transition into After Hours, okay?
Absolutely,
That's
yeah.
your signature song, and it doesn't need
Well,
an
it's funny. I told you I wrote
You
that
can tell the
way
song.
back.
No, you can tell that afterwards, okay?
First song I ever wrote, I think.
Yeah, you tell it after hours because I want to get as much of that song on the radio as possible. But first, I want to say a huge thank you to John Olivere, Keith James, Tim McKenney, Steve Martin, John McCarthy. Shout out to Rodina Olivere, and let's see. Oh yeah, that's right, John McHugh and Ed Perry. Keith, I think it's time to go.
Till next Sunday, note those twilight moments.
Until next Thursday as well, where the
Where the darkness
Thank
meets
you.
the dawn.
Where the darkness meets the dawn.
I'm Keith James.
And this is Sandy Stride for Twilight Showcase Radio. See you next week.
Walking down the avenue with you. Walking down the avenue with you. It's where I wanna be. for all the world to see, so alive and free again. Yes, it's been a very long time since I held your gentle hand in mine, but I just lost my way. Now I'm back to stay. I'll never go astray again. The world out there is often very cold, and all that glitters surely isn't gold. Oh, you're chasing crazy dreams, wild and foolish schemes. You find that life ain't the one it seems. Somehow, somewhere, something just went wrong, and all that I have left here are these thoughts. I sing them all for you, to show my love still true. It's all that I could ever do. Tell me one last time you still care, though my asking really isn't fair. On a cold and lonely night, I finally saw the light. Now I hope you let me make things right. And I'll be walking down the avenue with you, walking down the avenue with you. It's where I want to be, for all the world to see, so alive and free again.
Man, that's not bad. That's not bad. I wrote one of the first songs I ever wrote.
Wow.
nice pictures.
Okay, John McHugh had a comment, and then you're on, John. Did you get some good pictures?
Some nice
All right.
pictures of her.
All right, go ahead. John McHugh, you just said something we couldn't hear because we were wooting and hollering.
You mean
John McCarthy.
McCarthy, yeah.
Whatever the heck. Everybody's, I'm just
One
going
of
to
you
say
Johns.
John.
One of you Johns out
One
there.
of you Johns. Did you have a comment? A brilliant comment? No, go right ahead.
I don't know what to say. That I like that last one. You know, they were all very good. Yeah, I was just taking everything in, mesmerized.
Well,
You know, the last one.
Mesmerized is good. Well, walking down the avenue, and also the
I
last
love
thing.
that.
Yeah, isn't
Yeah, I
that a
do
great
too.
song?
I
And
do.
last call, that was just the last part of our theme song. So that's why we were closing out the radio show portion of the show. But now we're after hours. So John Olivere, would you like to now tell us about walking down the avenue?
Okay, walking down the avenue, you know, Keith, you write songs, and you too. Sometimes they come to you, right? And other times you have to fish for weeks, sometimes months to
kidding.
get it.
Yep.
This one, I was just hitting the guitar, C chord, right? F, then G, walking down, and it just came out.
Yeah.
And I was happy with it originally, but for some reason, once I played it on ukulele, and I wouldn't have
there you
never
go.
played it on the ukulele unless Danny got me to. And I said, my goodness, it sounds better on the ukulele, which is so strange. And then at the end you hear boom, 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 bing.
Yep.
That's the ukulele. But I like the words of that too. It was
And
one of my
addition-
older
I do
songs,
too.
if not the oldest.
John, Keith, were you saying something?
I was just agreeing.
Okay. So the other thing that makes that song, in addition to the ukulele and your passion in it, it was recorded with two of you singing, and then you added on now, you were singing along with it. But the two of you together on that recording is just, it adds a depth that is just
Well, that's normal in
so
any time.
powerful.
It's like
Yeah.
vocal enhancement.
Absolutely.
For sure.
But I love the words in that. I really
I do
do.
too.
There's a,
Hey, you sneezed right on me, there, buddy.
Be glad she wasn't in your face. So welcome to bonus tracks. We won't keep anybody too long. Are you okay there, John McCarthy?
Yes. Yes, I
Okay.
am.
You're having a good time, huh?
I am, and I am. When you were saying about a lot of Johns before, I was looking online this morning. I never heard of this one. Today, like there's a name for every day. Today is National James Day.
Oh,
Oh, no
seriously.
kidding.
I saw that on Facebook this morning.
And that's Keith's middle name, but he uses it on stage as his last name.
Yeah.
Happy James Day.
Thank you. Thank
But
you.
John James is good timing. Now you got a picture, John Olivere. You got a picture of Cookie sitting next to you.
I think I
Is
do
that
right
right?
here.
That's cool. And you know we forgot to hold up.
April 17th.
Yeah, I don't think we can see it on there, but that's okay. I'll look at it. I will see it afterwards. But we can see the real thing. And I keep going off mic. I'm trying to find the. Talk a minute, folks.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. We had a picture of you and David, and we were going to hold it up during the show, but we didn't. And as I say, the next time we do this,
One word, I'm
we're
gonna
going to
make
put them
sure-
on the screen. But yeah, can you pick one of those pictures that I printed up for you and hold it? I want to hold it up to the, and just hold it up, and then I might hold it a little closer. Just hand that to me. Or you can just stand up and hold it up there. You see the camera? Right here, right here, right here. Back up just a tiny bit. Perfect. And show us, and I know who's who, but tell people who's who. The one with the mustache is?
David Fielding.
Okay. And then you're both reading. And where are you, in like a bunker?
We're in a sand bunker.
Oh, yeah, you got to get on. I'm sorry. I asked you when you were staying there. My apologies. Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell us about the bunker.
Well, obviously, on a rare occasion in the base camp, because we were sandbag bunkers there.
Stay on mic, please.
Sandbag bunkers. Otherwise, we'd be in the field. So this must have been one of the rare occasions we went to base camp.
So it's sandbags. It looks almost like stone, but it was sandbags.
All those are bags filled with
Isn't that
sand,
something?
obviously.
Wow.
Yeah. Sure.
Believe it or not, they actually will stop a bullet
Yeah.
if it's
Isn't
thick
that
enough.
something?
And they will stop shrapnel, too.
And I was going to ask you, but we ran out of time on the air, but to just let people know how really rough it was for you there, when you were talking about sometimes you had to go through the swamps.
Oh, yeah.
Are you okay talking about
Unfortunately,
that? It's in your book. That's where I read
We
it.
had to go through swamps, and as soon as you walked into the water, you could see leeches. Some of the leeches there, look like long, black, thin snakes.
Wow.
Some of them were over a foot long.
Oh, my word.
The thing is, they could attach themselves to you, and you wouldn't realize it. And then at night, when you took your clothes off, you'd see a leash on your leg full of your blood.
Oh, my
Wow.
word.
We had insect repellent. You just spray the insect repellent on, and the leech would
Run off.
it would fall off and regurgitate a lot of the blood.
Oh, goodness.
So it was
Wow.
I wasn't that bad looking a guy a long time ago, huh?
Yeah.
David was the coolest guy you ever meet, I tell you.
Yeah. David and Jesse. Lucky to have them watching. A couple of great angels watching out for you now, for sure.
Yeah, I hope so. Well,
I think
I
there's a
told
little
you.
proof of that.
I think I told you that I came home from Vietnam.
Stay on mic,
I came
please.
from home from Vietnam, went right to
Yes.
Boston College. Well, actually, I went to spend 11 months in Chelsea Naval Hospital and almost walked out the door to Boston College in '69. In fall '69, I went right to Boston College. Nobody knew I had been to Vietnam.
Oh,
Nobody knew I had been
Wow.
to Vietnam.
my gosh.
And I never had any PTSD. Anyone who knows me will tell
Yeah,
you,
well, you're making up for it, right?
I never mentioned it.
Yeah.
You know, I knew I couldn't use my words to explain to these people exactly what it was like, you know. So I didn't bother. And I never had any PTSD. But however, after the surprise operation 4 years ago, when I woke up in the hospital after a 7-day coma, a stroke, and
And a heart attack.
operation,
Heart
open heart
surgery,
surgery.
yeah. Right.
I mean,
Was that all?
I know.
Are you sure you got
We're gonna make this a
everything?
comedy act. Let me tell you, I really had it, and I was upset that it happened. And I was worried it was going to happen again. I was going to wake up in the hospital again.
Well, it's-
One of my doctors was smart enough to say to me, this is like a year later, he says, don't worry, if it happens again, you won't be waking up in the hospital. Which I thought was kind of funny. I actually saw the humor.
You didn't lose your sense of humor, huh?
So
Yeah.
Gosh.
And
I'll tell you, I have to mention my grandchildren, Gabby and Jackson,
yeah.
have been so therapeutic for me. They really
Yes,
have helped
you
me.
did. Yeah,
It's incredible.
yeah, it is. And a shout out to Joan Marie up in
Joan Marie up in New Hampshire.
New
yeah.
Hampshire, because she's the one who told me about it, and she kept us posted.
Oh, wow.
And I will just say that again, it was very, very serious. So you've had many close calls, but somebody wants you to stick around,
Evidently.
and it's to our and we are
'Cause I don't want to wake up in that hospital.
and we're glad you're sticking around here with us.
Amen.
Because, we love
Welcome.
having
I
you.
really appreciate you letting me come down and play with
Oh,
music.
right back at you.
And Keith, I love the rendition of you're doing of my song. I
Thank
really
you,
do.
thank you. I love your
It was
songs.
beautiful.
Keith
All
and
of it.
Stephen. Keith and Stephen both did one thing a songwriter can tell. They put their hearts into the song.
That's right. They don't cover something unless they do. They don't do it just for the heck of it.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
All right, now to give you all a little break, I would like to play the song that we ran out of time for, which is, I believe, one of your signature songs, "Fool for Love,"
Oh, Nadia's song.
Nadia's song.
I
and-
told her to listen
but it wasn't
to that.
written for her. It wasn't written for her. Do I have that right?
She,
and did she
I-
say,
it's-
"Thou doth protest too much"?
I don't know. Well, I think Nadia didn't like the fact that I wrote the song. I named it after her because the person in the song is the exact opposite of her.
John,
This person
John,
exploits-
if you want people to hear
People
you, you've got to
exploits-
stay on mic. There you go.
And the person in the song is someone who mistreats other people's love. And the song "Fool for Love" is basically about a person who gives love but doesn't have to necessarily receive it. And I thought Nadia, I think she might have got upset when I titled that song after her. I asked her to come in tonight, but she's there's an operation tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
So maybe next time.
Minor operation, I assume?
She says it's minor.
No, let's
She
not
says
give
minor.
details about operations, please.
Kneecap.
We're on the air.
A kneecap minor operation.
Good. Well, I hope her kneecap is fixed very good.
She said it was minor, so.
Good,
Okay.
good. Hey, okay, but speaking of comedy acts, you know the difference between major and minor surgery, right?
Majors when you have it, minors when somebody else has it.
That's
Yep.
correct.
I totally agree.
All right, so Fool for Love.
Can I sing with this?
Yeah, sure, definitely. You've been singing with
We
all
would
of
be
them.
honored. We want you singing
Yeah.
with everything. And Keith, you're going to sing with this too,
Yeah,
aren't you?
sure I am.
So we'll get the
Excellent.
camera going.
Excellent.
All right. Okay, here we go.
Saw you walking down the boulevard, hand in hand he was falling hard. Another victim for your trophy case. I could have warned him, but he took my place as your fool. Fool for love. Said hello as you passed on by. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. All he gave me was a passing glance. You must have told him I had my chance as your fool. Fool for love. Love's a game only played by fools. Wise men know there are no rules. It's when you think you won the game, you're left standing in the cold and rain. Another fool, fool for love. Life is short, it's never long. In a flash, it's come and gone. Like a fading shooting star, you seldom see when you're just fools for love. Play the game that lovers play. I say the things that they say. Sing the songs that lovers sing. I'll do just about anything but be your fool. Fool again. So you see I'm moving on. Don't look for me, I'm already gone. I know someday you'll think of me. I hope I then feel some sympathy for all your fools for love.
And bravo, John Olivere, and helped assisted by Keith James.
Another hit.
Oh, that was great.
Very good.
Wait a second. We want to hear John McCarthy. You're on, John.
Both were
John,
very
wait a
good.
second. John, back up.
Yeah.
Now
I'm
talk.
sorry. Both were very good. I was singing silently along. Really nice.
Isn't he quite the writer, John Olivere?
Writer,
Yeah.
writer, singer, you
Unbelievable.
name it.
Great
Are
job.
those songs on an album?
Yeah,
Yes.
as a matter of fact, there is.
It's your latest album.
What was my latest album? I keep forgetting.
Some of those songs. I'll have to get
Remember
it.
the title?
It's on the poster. It says it, but give me a minute and we'll get it. We should know it by heart, but I
I
don't.
should know it by heart.
That's okay. Overtime.
Over time, yeah.
Yeah,
Because it covers a lot of time.
Thank you.
Like I said,
yeah,
walking down with
they
the
are,
Adams was my first song.
absolutely.
Latest CD.
Yeah, and your
Overtime.
are your CDs still available anywhere? Are they on Amazon at all, or from you? I don't even
No,
know
I
if
should
there are any
have
more.
some made up. You know.
Okay, well, in the meantime, if I have permission, could I send a few songs to John McCarthy?
Sure.
Okay, I'll send you
Oh,
some.
please,
But
thank you.
I can email you the files, and I assume you can play them on your phone, right? Well, we'll talk
Yes,
about
thank
it
you.
off the air. Okay,
Oh,
but you'll have
thank
to
you.
remind me. All right. So now, Keith, if there's something you either want to play or you know what you want me to bring up, we'll do it. But I'm getting complaints from the other residents here, the furry ones with 4 legs, that they are not being tended to properly. And if we don't want to get locked out of the house, it's probably a good idea. You're only kidding. If we take care of them. So do you have an idea of anything or anything you wanted just to play? It doesn't have to have any deep significance. It can be anything. It can be everything. Do you want me to play anything? Okay,
Yeah.
You got
Pick
something?
out if you got.
Okay, and in
There's
the
some-
meantime,
yeah.
there's a 35-second song I want to play because I really like it with my sense of humor. And don't make it a dead. It's just a fun song. Although it doesn't sound like much fun at the time. The Cruel Lover by John Olivere. Blink and you'll miss it.
Oh, yeah. I like this. I'm pretty sure Danny wrote the words. I mean, wrote this melody.
Well, I don't know why she treats me this way. Maybe she don't love
I think it's the only song we ever combined.
Yeah.
I just love that
Oh,
song.
that's funny.
Right. I don't know.
Maybe she don't love me.
Yeah. I don't know why she treats me this way.
Right.
Maybe she don't love me.
Or maybe
Nice
she does love him, and that's why why she treats him that way.
Very valid point.
That's on
Goodness, that's terrible.
the CD you gave me, right, Sandy? I think it is.
Hang on, I'll see what CD it's on. It's probably on the. I think it's on. No, it's on the one that you and your brother Dan did.
Okay.
And okay, why don't I still haven't found something of ours, but I'll try and find something.
Let me see.
The copy, I'll see.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna play "Please Don't Call." Okay, following through on the theme of maybe she don't love me.
Please don't call. That's a good one.
Yet we're still on YouTube, not on the
I'm
radio.
going to sing with this, okay?
You don't need permission. They're your songs. We have to get permission to sing along.
This is
You
another
don't.
one that just came, just comes.
Please don't call me anymore. Come a knocking on our door. Just what we have, I'm not too sure. My love, my restless careless love, my love. What he gave meant to take, plans were made, you had to break. Now I know what was at stake, my love, my restless, careless love, my love. You were burned in days gone by, now you vow you'll never cry again. You'll never cry again, my love, my restless, careless love, my love. He always said, he always cared, and had a dream that we could share. But when I fell, you just weren't there, my love, my restless, careless love, my love. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, when your heart is so restrained. They cannot win, we don't play the game, my love, my restless, careless love, my love.
Don't call. Yes, yes, John. I couldn't hear you when we were clapping. Go right ahead.
Very snappy song. Good word.
All right. If we want to continue with a humorous side, but a song that has an edge, especially if I make a dedication, do you have any interest in either playing or hearing 2 Hour Shower that everyone will sing along on?
2 hour
Oh,
shower.
I could probably play it, sure.
I thought you might.
I just want to. That song, John, that's the one where the guitarist did 2 different versions of a lead,
Exactly.
and he asked you which one you would rather have, and you said both of them,
Actually, this is what happened. I think,
something like that.
oh, no, he played, I think he played 2 leads,
Yeah.
and he put them in together. And he wanted me to pick one, and I didn't pick either one. I thought they were both together.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds great.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
He put the 2 leads in, and he wanted me to pick, and I didn't pick, and it came out with the 2 leads. It was really nice.
Keith, we forgot that it would get dark, so I think we need the light on right there, and then
yeah.
so we can actually see you a little better. And then he's going to play 2 Hour Shower. And John, you're going to sing along with us?
Sure.
Okay. And we're going to get you on the camera now and then, too, okay? Singing along, John?
Sure. 1 second, I have to erase this. Okay.
Okay. Oh, he had something he had to erase. All right.
Keith is leaving us.
No, Keith's not leaving. He's getting the other guitar, and he's going to play 2 Hour Shower, which was, I will fill in here, it was originally inspired many years ago by the people that, some of the heavy-duty TV, Tammy Faye.
Tammy Faye
And you know,
Baker?
they made a movie more recently, and I wish we could have had them hear the song. But at any rate, so back then, you know, they were doing a lot of things like raising a lot of money and kind of promising people that if they paid money, that there'd be prayers for them, and I wasn't too impressed. Anyway, so they wanted to start the show 2 hours later, and I thought, back then I wasn't on the air or anything, so I thought, well, geez, they get to do whatever they want, and they still get people following them. And I thought, I wonder what they're going to do with that extra 2 hours. But now, when you listen to the words, they're so close to what's going on right in our own White House now. They're selling Bibles, and they do have a department now.
He'll sell anything.
Did you see? I don't know, something like a faith department that he started. I don't know if that's the right name.
I didn't know
And they
that.
have. Do you know what I'm talking about, John?
No.
Oh, check it out. It's unbelievable. And they have a woman, and I don't know much about her, but apparently you can pay money. I don't know who the money goes to, and she will pray for you. And somehow it's connected to the White House, and I don't think she's a cabinet member, but I'm really confused. But I think this song would fit well with that, especially that Bible that Trump is selling.
That is incredible.
And he's selling a lot of things.
That's incredible.
Yeah. He's even selling a guitar, a Trump guitar. I swear I'm not making this up.
I'd only buy it to destroy it. I'd only buy it to destroy it.
Trump is selling a guitar now, too.
Does it have his name on the front?
I swear.
Oh my God.
Trump is selling a guitar now. And
Whatever he's charging is more than it's worth.
Oh, it's a lot of money, because it's
Is it
I don't
signed by
know.
him?
I can't speak on his behalf, but I'm sure that you can go to the lawn of the White House and buy one of Musk's cars.
Oh,
That's also happening.
that's a pair that beats three of a kind any day. Trump and Musk.
I remember when, in the good old days, when stuff like that was, I don't know, like conflict of interest or
I know,
illegal, but oh well.
There's
you
no
know.
such thing as conflict of
That was
interest
before
anymore.
the golden age. Anyhow, so 2 Hour Shower seems to fit in with a lot of things going on now. You just change the words, I actually don't have to. Instead of I go on TV for the Bible, I go on TV for the government now, but, with his own Bible. Okay, so it's a fun song, so have fun with it and sing along. John, there's overlaps. If you can probably sing along a little too, even if you're out of sync with it, because there's some overlaps on it, John and Yonkers.
Oh, thank you.
All right, this is going to be for the grand finale of the whole night.
It's been wonderful and a pleasure. Thank you, everybody.
Well, you're welcome, and we'll say goodnight to you on
Thanks
the
for
other
coming.
side. Do you have time to hear this last song?
Yeah, sure. I'm just saying right now.
Well, you're very
Sure.
kind. We appreciate that. I mean, you're kind to say you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And
Go ahead. You can say what you wanted to. Keith's finding the right knob. Go ahead, John.
it's been awesome. It blew my mind.
Oh, I like this. All right. I don't know if you've heard this yet, but I think you'll have fun with it. Okay.
Okay.
Back up a little bit. Then we can actually see,
Okay.
the whole. Yeah, that's it. Okay, go ahead, Keith. John?
I take a 2-hour shower in the morning. I get so clean that you can hear me squeak. I take a 2-hour shower in the morning. Then all day long I rob the poor and take advantage of the meek. At 12 I go on TV for the Bible. With words of love I bare my soul right from the start. We praise the Lord and sing great songs of compassion. Why you would even think I have a heart. I take a 2-hour shower in the morning.
Everybody now.
I get so clean that you can hear me squeak. I take a 2-hour shower in the morning. Then all day long I rob the poor and take advantage of the meek. At 12 I go on TV for the Bible.
Next verse.
I thought I did.
No. One, I'll stop to.
At one, I'll show you visions.
Visions, that's it. Yeah.
No, that's not the next verse. That's the next.
12 comes before 1, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, then
Oh,
just go ahead. Take 2. Take a break. We'll patch it up on the rerun.
I like this. I like the melody. I like the notes.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you go on TV for the Bible at 12, or am I incorrect on
12,
that?
I go on TV for the Bible.
Okay.
With 11
At 1, I'll sell you visions of the future.
of the Bible.
Okay.
At one, I'll show you visions of the future. By 2, you'll give charity to those you've never met. By 3, your troubles will be lifted. 'Cause now I can afford a private jet. I take a 2-hour shower in the morning. I get so clean that you can hear me squeak. I take a 2-hour shower in the morning. Then all day long I rob the poor and take advantage of the meek. At 4 I stop to see a friend who needs me. His lovely daughter greets me at the door. I tell her there's a special place for her in heaven. And in my hotel room I'll show her miracles galore. I take a 2-hour shower in the morning. I get so clean that you can hear me squeak. I take a 2-hour shower in the morning. Then all day long I rob the poor and take advantage of the meek. At 7 my wife has dinner on the table. At Grace we give thanks for these prosperous days. It gives me comfort in times of poverty and struggle, that you can all afford a TV and crime still pays. Bring it down now. I take a 2-hour shower in the morning. I get so clean that you can hear me squeak. I take a 2-hour shower in the morning. Then all day long I rob the poor and take advantage of the meek. Then all day long I rob the poor and take advantage of the meek.
Wow. How true some of that is.
But it's awful fun too. Well, thank you all for joining in. Thank you all for watching the show, and also for listening. Remember, if you're watching it now on YouTube, you can listen to it on the radio on Sunday night, and you can watch it anytime. Share it with your friends on our YouTube page, which is very easy to remember. The shortcut is this. Put it in your browser, www.sandyandkeith, SandyAndKeith.com, or
KeithAndSandy.com.
yeah, and it'll bring
Same
you right to
spelling?
my page. Let's get him back on here. All right, so we will see you all. We'll see you all next Thursday at 5 o'clock. Craig Sonnenfeld. We didn't get it, and be live in studio. So thank you again. Have a great week. And
You too, everyone.
and thank you so much. And John McCarthy, thank you again for
Yeah.
joining in. It really,
Thank
we're a
you,
great
John.
audience
Really
member.
great to see you.
Yeah, and we'll,
Thank you, thank
and
God.
we'll get you back on again. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. This is fun and an honor.
Well,
Thank
right
you
back
for
at
coming.
you. Right back at you.
I love you all in Massachusetts.
And we
All
love
right.
you too. We
Love
love
you
you
too.
too.
Peace.
And give my fondest regards to Yonkers because I have very wonderful memories of my grandparents.
I will. I got something to tell you. I told you that I was at a birthday luncheon today for me and my friend Susan. We have
Yeah.
the same birthday, and we
Oh,
passed
nice.
right by your old block.
Oh, wow.
And I
Right
thought
by
of you.
Ludlow Station.
Wow.
That's where my
Yep.
grandparents lived.
That's incredible.
Yes, and thank you, and thank you so much for bringing back those fond memories for me. More,
I'm sure.
more to discuss in the future, but and was your birthday yesterday? Do I have that right?
It was March 12th, but remember, I
Oh, that's right.
wasn't
Yes,
feeling well, COVID
I
and
do
other
remember.
things.
And you're all yes. Well, happy belated
Happy
birthday to
belated
you.
birthday.
Thank you. And Susan had a nice birthday too. We had a nice lunch
Excellent.
today.
Excellent. All right.
Happy birthday, Susan.
All right. Okay, guys. Well, have a good night. We're going to sign off now, and we will talk with you again soon. Be well.
You too. Thank you.
Thank
night.
you. Good night, John. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
John Olivere.
Good night.